basically 10 years later since this thing came out. Filmed in 2006, released in 2007. What we were going to talk about last week, and then when we came up with the idea for all of this, was Billy Mitchell. It was announced.
Well, let's give a little bit of his background
a little
first.
background.
Yeah. So there's some really good stuff in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we've talked a lot about him. His neckties began. So, if you watch the movie 1992, he was super, he was the prodigy at that point. Everybody loved this guy. His neckties started appearing in 1999. By the way, and we didn't even talk about this. I wanted to talk about this. His youngest child, William Billy Mitchell III, is ranked as a top American football prospect among kickers in the high school class of 2017. That means he's going to be kicking somewhere this year, Pat. Probably for Wisconsin. He's going to be Horny Brook's kicker.
Ricky's hot sauce everywhere.
We need to find out where this guy went, Pat.
Yeah.
So you can
we can boo the shit out of him. Your dad's a cheater.
And then one of the other things I read, if you'll scroll down a little bit, keep going, blah 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 blah. 2015 in Pixels. Peter Dinklage plays former video game champion Eddie.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even realize that we did that movie, Pat.
Yeah, I watched it.
I didn't realize it. Yeah. I couldn't believe it,
He's
Pat.
pocket-sized Billy Mitchell.
Yeah, that's who he is. Duh. That was the second duh I had.
So I just found it interesting. His family had restaurants, and I guess they market the hot sauce.
That's what I was telling you, yeah.
No, I never heard that till you told me. So
it must be a South Florida thing, right?
It's got to be, right?
Yeah. I demand you order for my birthday Ricky's hot sauce.
All right, you ask.
And then I find out it's Tabasco hot sauce. It's just with the
yeah. All right, so this article came out on the 12th, April 12th.
2 weeks ago.
King of Kong star stripped of high scores.
8 days ago.
Banned for competition. Basically, the crux of it was 3 different investigations who they weren't sharing notes on said that he used an emulator instead of the actual hardware board that came along with his machine. So basically, all his records were stripped, Gary.
And it was part of it was taken from the DVD extras from the movie. So I guess there's a bunch of extras in the DVD
where they show the record,
where they show a whole bunch of stuff that would probably you'd find interesting, Pat. Which I meant to tell you about as well.
I bought it on Prime. I didn't see any extra features.
Well, you got to be careful on Prime. Sometimes they sell the feature
separately.
Yeah, because I bought
or special edition. Yeah.
Yeah, and I bought the last time I bought anything on Amazon was the Empire Strikes Back. So it'll say normally it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, right?
Or then it'll say with bonus features, yeah.
Well, or it'll say 5 hours long. Then you know it's got all that extra
content.
That
had to be when I
it.
bought Revenge of the Sith. It's like 7 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right, so then all that happened. That's basically what happened, and they stripped him of his scores.
And if you'll scroll down, there's a couple things we want to point out in here. So obviously Walter Day must not be part of Twin Galaxies anymore. Because this was instituted from Twin Galaxies, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe they said they told Guinness Records at that point. Guinness has already come back and stripped him of his records. And there was something else I read in there that I was like, oh shit, there's some interesting stuff. It wasn't. Oh, he's banned for life, Pat.
Yeah,
that was the other thing.
That, yeah,
I couldn't believe that. I was like, this is Lance. This is like Lance Armstrong, Pat.
Yeah, they basically destroyed any chance of him to come back. Day retired from the video game industry in May 2010 to pursue a career in music. Since then, Day has helped establish the International Video Game Hall of Fame in Iowa, I believe, and attended the Video Game Art Exhibition and Museum at the Smithsonian. So I guess he's retired from it. So you have that. And then this was, when was this? This was April 16th, a couple days.
Yeah, right after it.
What, 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Disqualified Donkey Kong King Billy Mitchell says he will prove he didn't cheat. Let's listen to the man himself for a minute here, Gary.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Billy Mitchell. We're here at the Midwest Gaming Classic. I'm here with Old School Gamer magazine. I've been asked to address things that are recently in the media. The fact of the matter is, now there is a true professional due diligence being done to investigate things that happened as far as 35 years ago in a professional manner, not in a shock jock mentality designed to create hits. We will show that everything that has been done, everything was done professionally, according to the rules, according to the scoreboard, the integrity that was set up, not 2014 forward by the current regime who wants to reach back 35 years. Everything will be transparent. Everything will be available. I wish I had it in my hands right now. I wish I could hand it to you. But it's taken a considerable amount of time. Witnesses, documents, everything will be made available to you. Nothing will be withheld. You absolutely have my commitment to that. We've been at this since 1982, and it's not going to stop now.
Thumbs up, that jerk.
So
he's ruining the thumbs up for everybody, Gary.
So it's interesting because he's on the board of what they call it, Old School Gamers magazine.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he did that little piece, that's pretty cool. He doesn't really say much at that point, but I don't know, Pat. So I put some questions in here we need to answer, right?
Sure.
So just based off of everything we saw there, based off the movie, based off of the fact he had everything stripped from him and he's banned for life, which is crazy. Does that revelation to you make this movie better or worse, and why?
I still love it. It was never going to change my opinion on the film. I think it's a nice bookend to the story. When they release the 20th anniversary of the King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters, they could put this in there. I think it makes it better because cheaters never win, Gary. That's what we tell our kids. That's what we like to think as society. Cheaters never win. It eventually all comes out in the end. You can't lie all your life. Look at politics, especially what's going on now. Look at Billy Mitchell. Look at all this stuff. Cheaters never win. I think it makes the movie better.
So when I first thought about this, I was like, this makes the movie probably a little bit worse in my opinion because this guy there was a little bit of issue and, it was like wishy-washy and it ended pretty well. But I think it actually wraps it up really nicely. It makes the ending better in my opinion. That being said, what happens if he's exonerated? If they do this due diligence and he's exonerated, Pat, then what happens?
He's banned for life.
So he wouldn't be banned from life. He'd get his high scores back, right?
No, he's going to form the XFL of Twin Galaxies.
Oh my God!
He's going to have a rival league.
Unbelievable, though. So this definitely makes it better. And I kind of want them to wait a little bit before they do anything else with this.
Yeah.
And let's see what happens with this. But definitely, I think it makes it better.
All right. So I kind of answered this. Where does Mitchell go from here, Gary? I said he forms the XFL to the Twin Galaxies. He's going to have an alternate gamer league, and then he'll make himself champion, just like in real wrestling and the whole 9 yards.
But here's the thing: does he really need to do anything else? He's already probably wealthy, right?
Successful. I think he likes the spotlight.
Okay.
I really do.
But he's still in the spotlight, though. He's still getting, variety. He might be getting more attention now than he did before with the movie.
But he's getting all the wrong kind of press.
Well, any press is good press, right?
I guess. But if you're known, everybody knows him as a cheater now.
Imagine how much how many motorboating competitions he's taking part in now, Pat.
I bet she's onto a new wife. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting. It'll be real interesting. Obviously, you and I are going to follow what happens to him, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
he's a great villain, whether intentionally or not. He is a great villain.
Yeah, definitely. Can't wait to see him in the next Marvel movie. The cheater.
No, Mr. USA.
His power is you beat him and then he reverses it.
It's not even his power. This is his power, Gary.
No, he reverses it. So you beat him and then all of a sudden you're in jail. People are taking you away. And
he walks away with a thumbs up.
So you think there's going to be a sequel, Pat?
I don't know. It's been so long. To me, I hate when money is the factor, but I don't think this made a lot of money to begin with.
Wish I had eight thumbs and fingers.
I mean, how much did this make the first time? It made $790,000. Documentaries don't do well at the box office.
No, but this has got a lot of notoriety now.
It's got to be a labor of love. Maybe Netflix, with all the money they're borrowing to commission projects, maybe they'll do something. Or Amazon. Would I want to see a sequel? I mean,
hell yeah, you would.
Does Steve Wiebe even care about these records anymore?
What if he gets them stripped, though? What if it strips it? Actually, he's not the world record holder anymore. No. But he did get a better record at one point. So he obviously is continuing to do this.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Who's the current record holder? Weeby was recognized first person to ever reach 1 million points. Oh, they're
Forget
talking
his
about their
name.
stripper. 1,247,700,000 was set by Robbie Lakerman on February 2nd, 2018. According to Twin Galaxies, Weeby is ranked 12th highest score with his 1,064,000.
Sir, that's Robbie Lakeman, a.k.a. Aquaman. Jason Momoa is the record holder.
I just don't know. I guess that would be the movie then. That would be the hook, Steve trying to get back to the top. But he's got kids. His kids are, what, 10 years older now?
Yeah. Let me ask you this, though. What if they didn't make a sequel? What if they made an actual movie about this?
That would be great. I would watch it.
That was optioned. It was actually optioned. They just never followed through on it.
You know who plays Steve Weeby? Steve Zahn. He'd be perfect. No, Steve Zahn could be Walter Day.
Oh, my God.
Steve Zahn could be Walter Day. Who would be Steve Weeby?
Owen Wilson.
You know who'd be Billy Mitchell? TJ Miller.
You son of a bitch. Amy Adams is obviously his wife.
Obviously.
All
right.
Macho Man can play whatchamacallit, Mr. Awesome.
Macho Man's dead.
They bring people back from the dead, Pat. I don't know if you saw The Last Jedi. Carrie Fisher was in that.
Hey, when you think about it, it's kind of a weird hobby, right? To be obsessed over the
Right?
scores.
Right?
I mean,
you don't know,
well,
Pat.
I have enjoy professional wrestling. You enjoy darts.
That's not a hobby. Pat, have you and I ever competed at a level where our names would have been in the record book for darts or poker
or pro wrestling?
Or pro wrestling? No.
No.
These guys are doing actual records,
They
Pat.
basically created this from scratch.
It's just a weird hobby, though, right?
I don't know. I don't beget anyone for
I
having an interest.
didn't say it was a bad hobby. I said it's a weird hobby.
It interests me because it seems like something anyone could do.
Here's another reason why it's kind of weird. There's nothing but old white guys in it now, Pat.
That's true. That's why we need Leslie Jones in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. From my opinion, I think it's a little bit weird. You and I love video games too. Arcade.
Yep.
Classic arcade games we love.
I think it'd be a great vacation is spend a weekend at one of those places. Yeah.
Maybe go there. Go to the
whatever our wives do. Fuck them. They can do whatever. You and I take like $200 and go play video games.
Go do this and then go do the Hall of Fame. There's like a Hall of Fame with all the old school, not just arcade games, but the old computer games from the 80s too.
That'd be awesome.
God, I'm so horny right now. All right, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think the release of Ready Player One had anything to do with the timing on this investigation?
No.
It doesn't seem a little bit
coincidental
to you.
Because when you watch Ready Player One, you're going to realize how much video games didn't really play that much part of it until the end.
But the book...
It's all about video games.
Is all about and Donkey Kong, Pac-Man play a role in it,
But
right?
Not in the film. So
but they could have been saying, okay, there's gonna be a lot of notoriety with Ready Player One going out.
You know what? I would love to think it's happenstance, but you bring up a great point because the way stories are fabricated now and they're set for release to garner attention. But I like to think it's happenstance. But you bring up an excellent point because that's how these websites work.
I just thought it was a little strange, right? The timing.
Content. I mean, that's a fair point. It definitely is, but
it's probably not, Pat. But the timing was just really weird. From my opinion, the timing was really, really convenient. It was the #1 movie. It was getting all kinds of hype.
Right, and then
boom.
Oh yeah, remember that documentary?
Yeah.
That's a great point. But I like to think it was just happening.
All right, this next one's on me.
Right,
I don't know why I didn't realize this. So this was the second thing that made me feel stupid when I researched it.
I thought you knew this.
The South Park Bono More Crap episode. Exactly. It was a parody of this goddamn movie. I've seen that episode like 40 times.
They didn't accept Randy's Kirk.
I was like, son of a bitch. As soon as I read that, I was like, son of a bitch. Because I'm a little naive when it comes to South Park.
I bet you went back and rewatched it, right?
Yeah. So
you picked up on all the
yes,
camp.
Yes, I did.
What is it? Camp Tardy? Camp Wanna? What was it?
God, Titty Cock. It's not Titty Cock, but something Cocka, right?
You picked up on all of Nathan and Mimsy's camp kids being old school Hanna-Barbera and Warner Brother cartoons.
Yes, I did.
But you didn't pick up that.
No, I did not.
That Bono More Crap.
I didn't even realize it until I noticed the date. I was like, wait a second.
It makes sense now.
Wait a second. That's the same year. And then I went and looked at it, and it said this was a parody of the King of Kong. I was like, son of a bitch. I couldn't believe it, Pat.
Do you think the revelations of Billy Mitchell's cheating and score strip changed how we scored Cock, also known as King of Kong?
Would it change it?
I don't think it did for me.
Well, you can't for you because you gave it 100%. I would probably give it a 99.
Yeah, I try to give it an infinity now.
I'd probably give it a 99 if the ending, if this had been included.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd give it a 99, but it's not, and I won't.